Hey there, pigs. How's it going? Today we bring you another episode of Bearded Banter, created by our one of our head pigs, Brandon. This day we're going to debate between myself and Mr. Kuipers here about the differences and/or similarities between the Halo universe and the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Just to make this video, Josh has to actually disagree with me, even though he actually agrees with me 100%. This is just for the video, okay?
100%.
Just so you guys know, this is just for the video.
Not true.
It's okay, Josh, it's okay. I'll explain it for everybody. All right, so we're going to get started here. I feel that the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare has far too many similarities to Halo than can be overlooked and or ignored.
Okay. Before I make a counterpoint, I want to know. Let's give your top 3 reasons why it looks like the new Halo.
You want my top 3 reasons?
The top 3 reasons, only 3.
Okay, only 3. All right. So reason number 1, I will use because, and I know we talked about this a little bit off camera, but I will use the acronyms. I'm gonna stick with those. You have the UNSC for Halo, which is the United Nations Space Command, and then you have in Infinite Warfare the what is it? UNSA? Yeah, UNSA, which is the United Nations Space Alliance. When you only have one letter separating the 2 different acronyms and they basically say exactly the same thing, I feel like Infinity War just didn't have any other ideas, so this is what they took with. Reason number 2. I will agree with you in saying that the suits don't look like Spartan suits, but they look so very similar to Halo armor in general for regular soldiers. Not Spartan soldiers, but regular soldiers. So much that it's almost comical. And jumping these obnoxiously high jumps, these long jumps. So the soldiers, I'll just give it one reason. The soldiers are extremely akin to Halo soldiers. Okay. And reason number 3, the trailer that we see is completely reminding to me of the battle scene up in space for Halo Reach. Halo Reach. I think it looks so similar. It's just ridiculous at this point. I feel that this is a recurring theme since the story from Black Ops 3 was basically completely ripped from Deus Ex. Now, I understand that's 2 developers being between Treyarch and Infinity Ward, but it's still Call of Duty. And I see a theme going on here now. So those are my 3.
Okay. Well, to your first point, which was the acronyms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The acronyms. Correct. That's a hard thing to argue, mostly because there are so many acronyms out there.
Correct.
And you were in the military. You served.
I did.
And you know that in the military, there's an acronym for every single aspect of your life.
There's an acronym for everything, yes.
For everything.
For everything.
After a while, it starts to repeat itself. Now, the thing about your acronyms is you have to understand what they mean. Okay, so United Nations Space Command, the UNSC, versus the United Nations Space Alliance. Well, one is a governing body that governs Earth, its colonies, and its spaceships, space stations, whatever. I mean, think more Gundam than Halo, because in Halo the government is the UEG, which is the Unified Earth Government.
Right. So 2 separate branches.
So
2 separate branches.
The UNSC is the United Nations Space Command, which is the military body
of
the UEG, which is the government. So it's completely separate, 2 different separate things.
Agreed.
And you don't even play as SATO forces, which is like NATO forces.
So you mean a separate military body?
Allied, yeah, but it's not UNSC.
Oh, okay.
It's like NATO in
Right,
space.
right, okay.
NATO in space, and that's who you play as.
Right, so if I'm understanding
I'll give you the bad acronym for SCAR. That seems like force. That's a forced acronym, which is like special combat air recon.
Yeah.
And, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like they force SCAR.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But with the point that you're making, though, I don't really feel like that could be a valid point on what makes this like Halo.
All right.
Now,
so counterpoint.
Okay,
counterpoint.
go for
All right.
it.
Thank you. So if I'm understanding what you're saying here, the UNSC and the UEG are 2 separate bodies. The UNSC being the military wing in the Halo universe, and the UEG being the political wing. Correct?
You have
Yes
United
or no, sir?
States government.
Yes or no, sir?
That
Yes or
is-
no, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, and then in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you have the UNSA and SATO. Exact opposite. Now, the UNSA, is the governing body, whereas SATO is the military wing. So it's literally the same two differences.
That's the same as it is now.
Flipped.
But that's how it is now.
I'm sorry.
outside
There's
of
like
the-
5 branches of military.
There
It's not
is.
just one branch.
And this probably isn't just one
But
branch
it's the
of military.
UNSA. It's it's SATO forces.
It's SATO forces, which is the peacekeeping forces.
Okay, all right.
There probably is other
Okay.
branches. There's probably like a navy, and it's like the space navy.
Right. Yeah, the Space Navy.
The UNS.
That's probably the official name,
and
is Space
the
Navy.
UNN, the United Nations Navy or something.
Yeah, of course. No, you're absolutely right.
But all right, so about the armor.
Okay, armor.
Now, I feel like this is also a hard one. Maybe it looks similar, but the reason it looks like it does in Halo is because that's the natural progression of how armor would go on our future soldiers.
Okay.
On our future warfighter, we'll have ceramic body plates, that are made out of a harder than steel composite.
I agree.
That would be that could be formed to everyone's breast.
I
And
agree.
Of course, it would be modular in design, so it can have tactical form and function as well.
Okay.
And that's just a logical path of thing. What's
Okay.
to say that rather than just ripping it from Halo, they just kind of went off the logical path that's there and kind of applied it there. Maybe it's a ceramic plate, but what I've noticed that they don't have in Halo that they have in the Call of Duty is you have more of your mag pouches.
Okay.
More of your sections for whatever you need.
You're right.
So
No, I get your point.
It's a modular
I get your point.
design, and you can see it in the trailers. A modular design.
Okay, I
Now
get
the
your point.
suits with the dudes and the heads, that looks nothing like Halo. That looks more like that Space Ninja game that's out free to play. I forgot.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's got those helmets to it. It reminds me of something that isn't Halo.
Okay,
but it
I'm
does
not
look
sure.
like it's something else. But also, those are something that has also been theorized into the future warfighter.
Okay.
So the it looks like the outfits that they're wearing are grounded into the logical. Good one. The logical progression of our future warfighters. It may not be technology now. I mean, because what looks like he has on his helmet is a situational helmet. It looks like it has a metal composite,
Like Boba Fett.
to stop Boba Fett. Exactly. So that's cool. But I think it's super cool. I think that's a neat idea. I don't necessarily think it's stealing
Okay.
from anywhere. I just think that they're kind of creating their own canon with it.
All right. So my counterpoint to that, sir, where I agree with you that the composite armor will look something like that in the future. I've actually seen some prototypes of that armor now. As a matter of fact, there's actually a company out there right now that's making Boba Fett armor that will actually be used and be ballistic rated
Yes.
for use in combat, which is very interesting. It's very interesting.
It looks cool.
It looks very cool. To your point, sir. I've played many a game and seen many a movie where the future progression of armor has gone the exact same pattern. Modular, composite, and perhaps ceramic that looks so different from Halo. It's not even funny. Look at Ultraviolet. Let's just start with Ultraviolet. A movie that I happen to enjoy that didn't do very well. The vampire movie. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. Those soldiers, the human soldiers in that movie, had composite-like armor. Okay, another game, Deus Ex. Those soldiers have composite-like armor. The police force that has to go up against all the different things,
Right.
they have the exact same style and type of armor that you're describing now, and look nothing like Halo soldiers.
Do you have another
look
one?
Absolutely nothing like
Another
Halo
movie in
soldiers. Colonial Marines. Colonial Marines inside the space universe, I think, do not look like Halo soldiers.
No, but Halo soldiers are based off of them.
They are. You're absolutely
Absolutely,
correct.
yeah.
Which even more leads to my point, thank you, sir, that they did their own thing and they copied off of
But
nothing.
there's-
And now this new armor that's out for Infinite Warfare looks so much like Marine and ODST armor. It's laughable. It is laughable, sir.
I don't think it's stolen though. It's not stolen, and it could be like. But saying that is
Every
it's up to-
design in
but
the
it's-
world. And they had to
But
go with
the
that
human
one.
torso, the human torso is only one shape, and so there's only so many.
So make it
artistic-
triangular.
There's only so
Make
many
it
artistic-
square.
I mean, you can
make it
the argument
round.
That in Monster Hunter, there's monster armor that looks like that.
No, you can't.
Be-
None of the armor looks anything like that whatsoever.
some
You're
of the
reaching.
breastplates- some of the
You are
breastplates do.
reaching. This is what you're doing.
Oh no, I'm reaching low hanging fruit. In your balls, they're in my fucking hand right
Is
now.
that what you're gonna do? In your hand? Okay.
Third
All right.
point.
I've got your vagina here. All right, keep going.
Third point.
Third point.
I don't remember what it is now because I'm flustered. What was your third point?
Oh, I don't know, sir. Why don't you tell me, or unless you wish to concede?
Nah, fuck, man. You're not going to concede. Okay, so you mentioned the trailer.
I did.
Okay, you have to understand that a lot of those trailers aren't necessarily put together by like Infinity Ward, like this is the best of our game. Because did that trailer show off anything about the game?
It showed a little bit about the game, but the point that you're actually trying to make here was the space fight scene. That was my third point.
Oh, okay, that's where we went to. The space fight scene. You're talking about a small part of Halo Reach.
It is very
not
small
even the
part.
best- not
maybe
even the best part of Halo
maybe a
Reach.
half an hour.
The fact that that's not even one of the core functions of the game, that wasn't one of the things that they talked about in the game.
Agreed.
I'm not sure if it was on the back of the box, but having a fighter jet in this one is the core mechanic behind the new Call of Duty Infinity.
Agreed.
Is the fact that you control a spaceship called the Retribution.
That's your, just so that people watching understand, that's your battleship.
That's your battleship.
Okay.
The chain of command has come down to you. You are the highest ranking officer, which is why you're in these combat
After an attack.
action. After an attack, there's a surprise attack by the enemy forces. You have command of the ship, and basically you move your ship from place to place in like a non-linear campaign style where you have choices of where this ship goes.
Well, actually, we hope non-linear because that has not even remotely been made clear yet.
They mentioned it in an interview.
They briefly touched on it, and they did not give a definitive answer. Are you referring to the interview with Game Informer?
There was that one, and then that was widely quoted. Yeah. So
Okay, so that was not a definitive
They
answer.
also talk about one of the core legs that what they hope for is they hope for these big wild set pieces where you're flying through space, you find an enemy battleship, you land, you fight in 0G,
Yep.
which would be the gimmick. I don't remember 0G in
It's in
Halo.
Ghost, actually.
In Ghost, Call of Duty
Call of
Ghost.
Duty
I mean,
Ghost,
you can,
yeah.
But you can. That was another Infinity Ward.
Well,
So no, I remember that was the opening scene.
Yes, but
which
it
was
is
really cool.
still Call of Duty.
True.
I understand there's different developers, but still Call
no,
of
it's
Duty.
the same villain. It was an Infinity Ward, which make the
Okay.
They
All
make
right.
the
I thought it
better.
was
They
Sledgehammer,
make
sorry.
the better Call of Duties.
It's typically, yes.
And so you fight in 0G on the, or maybe magnetic boot to the surface of a battleship, fighting dudes.
I think you forgot to tell people how they get to those parts.
You fly in your ship
In your little ship, right?
that you can customize as a core part of the mechanic. You
Okay.
put what you need on it to.
So you arrive to battle in a small ship, and then you get out of the ship in order to fight your enemies, right?
Sure.
Okay. Wow. That seems a lot like ODST
That
soldiers
seems like a lot of
without
other
a drop pod.
That's a lot of.
Wow.
But that's a lot of other.
Wow.
Space games. I mean,
Is it?
I play a game, Angels Fall First. That's the core mechanic of the game.
I don't know that game, so I can't comment
It is
on
the
that.
core mechanic of the game. You in a space battle, you launch onto an enemy.
We all know
battleship.
Helldivers is exactly a ripoff of
ODST.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think that. But what you're saying though, and what your point is that Call of Duty, it looks so much like the new Halo. But what you have to realize is that sci-fi first-person shooter, you have to have an edge, and anything that you're going to do is going to be coming to the knees of the most prolific sci-fi shooter, which is Halo, because Halo has such a rich history. Oh, I'm screaming.
You're slamming your hand.
Oh, yeah. So it has I'm slamming my hand. It's making noise. I apologize. So I'm going to do it on my hand in the air as I make my points because I have to talk with my hands. So you're talking about
Scissor beats paper.
you're
bitch.
talking about this is fish. Fish beats everything. So it comes down to Halo is the biggest sci-fi shooter out there.
It is.
And we're not going to include Mass Effect. Mass Effect's in a league of its own.
Yeah,
this game to
agreed.
me sounds like it pulls a little from Mass Effect with how you work your ship, you talking to your crew on the ship, going to these different places, exploring these planets, and killing the bad guys while you're there. Halo never had that.
No, it didn't, but I think it's funny that you use that as a point of your argument to more compare it to Mass Effect than to Halo by taking one element, your ship, to compare it to Mass Effect. When I try to change one element or one letter in an acronym, you call my argument bullshit.
That's
and then
words.
5 minutes later,
That's
use the same type of
words.
argument for yourself, sir.
That's words.
Really?
That's
Really?
literally, that's acronyms. Those are way different than a
Hi,
full
pot.
game.
This is
Full
kettle.
game.
We're both black.
We're not. I'm not saying that the new Call of Duty's Mass Effect. I'm not saying it looks like Mass Effect.
Right.
I'm
No, you did not say that. I'll agree.
And the ships, I mean, they don't look any different, but you have to understand that if you look at a lot of the modern space games with big battleships, they all kind of have that elongated look to it. It has the engines in the back, the guns at the aft, and it's just this whole ship. It's a ship,
I agree, but I also must disagree. Look at Eve. Actually, no, I won't agree at all. Look at fucking Eve.
Minotaur.
Eve has so many different types of ships on it. It's not even funny. Look at the movie The Fifth Element. There is no sci-fi battle cruiser and or battleship out there that looks like those except for the Pillar of Autumn, which you can say Fifth Element might have copied from Halo in order to design their ships. But the point, ships? What the fuck is that?
No.
But the point is, sir, they have their own thing. They're fighters. They're everything. Completely changed.
Directions.
You can't keep saying that every sci-fi has to follow this model. You can make everything
I'm not
look
saying
different.
it follows a model. I'm
You're
saying
basically
subconsciously,
saying
subconsciously, there's a specific rule set that we have.
What rule set?
Halo. That's the rule set that you're coming at. And so now that Call of Duty, a first-person shooter, wants to go in space, everyone's like, it's got to be
No,
Halo.
it's not just because they're going in space. It's because you have a million different brains out there. You have a million different ideas that you can go with, and yet you make your game look so similar to a big, huge AAA title. It's laughable.
It's not that similar.
It
You're
is
talking
that
about
similar.
this small announcement trailer.
Yes, that was like 3.5 minutes long.
We're just judging an entire multi-million-dollar game.
Look at their mech that they had in the trailer. It looks so much like a mantis. It's not even funny.
You can't talk to me about
just make the arms smaller. It's a mantis.
No, all mechs look basically the same. Like look at Armored Core. A lot of those mechs.
You telling me
that
the mantis looked like other mechs?
Even if you want to go to
I think
anime,
the mantis was very unique.
The Blue Gender.
What's that?
No, Blue Gender was a show with mechs fighting bugs.
Okay.
And the mechs look like that.
Look at what's the one that I really like a lot from back in the 80s?
Cyberstorm.
The jets turned into robots.
Robotech.
Thank you, Robotech.
Yeah,
That's pretty unique.
that is okay. There are unique out there.
So what
There's
you're saying
unique
is that you
sci-fis
can
out there.
be unique in sci-fi.
Maybe
or not.
But no, and I think what you're trying to say is Call of Duty is not being unique. And
That's
I think,
exactly what I'm saying.
But no, I think that
They're
Call
being
of
unique
Duty
for themselves.
No, I think Call of Duty Infinity Warfare is in fact being very unique because Infinity War has always set the standard on what a good Call of Duty game is. Okay,
I can't deny
the
that.
people are like, well, what about Ghost? Well, Ghost, you
Ghost was garbage.
had to have a certain mindset to play Ghost.
That
It was
garbage.
slower.
Great story, but garbage.
It
game.
was slower paced. It was a lot more tactical. It was a lot more built on teamwork. They
story.
were trying to go for a different edge. But no, everyone wanted the fast paced, fly by wire.
They wanted Call of Duty.
Right. Infinity War.
With what Call of Duty has been giving us for 15 years.
So you and everyone is damning Call of Duty for wanting to change.
No. I have nothing against Call of Duty for wanting to change.
You guys are, why?
I applaud them. I applaud them for trying to make something different. I applaud them for trying to make to break the mold on their cookie cutter games that are exactly the same.
And that's what they're doing.
Make it your own. Make it unique.
And that's exactly what they're doing with Infinity Warfare.
Is that what they're doing, or is it they're doing whatever they think they want to do? Because they're obviously not doing what the fans want. You know how sick and tired people are of futuristic space shit?
Infinity Ward hasn't made a game in a long time. This game's been in development for a long time. Infinity Ward's last game was Ghost.
Yeah, it came out in 2013?
It was a while ago.
That was 3 years.
For Call of Duty, it was
Okay,
a while
that's
ago.
a while. All right, that's
even for Halos, that was a while ago.
I'll give you.
So what they're trying to do is if you think about, if anything, this game is more, kind of attend to look at what's popular on Steam. Okay, so we have sci-fi. The sci-fi setting's getting popular. Okay?
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, if you want to make money, you make something that's popular. But they're not trying to make it Halo. They're trying to make it Call of Duty.
I didn't think they're trying to make it Halo, Josh. I think they're trying to make it look
they're not
like
even
Halo.
trying to make it look like Halo. I think they have their own art direction on it. I think that it looks unique compared to other Call of Duty games. They may reuse some models because that's how video games are made. But when it comes down to it, I think that we are judging this game too early. I don't think that we've seen enough to say it looks exactly like Halo. And I think that we need to wait. And I think we need to see what comes next. And I believe that this game is worth hype because it is a direction that Call of Duty has never gone in. It's something that I want to play. It's something that I think is going to be fun to play because it's not going to be Advanced Warfare. It's not going to be Black Ops 3. This is going to be, you're going to have zero-G multiplayer fights, maybe even space battles, maybe even a map mode where it's 2 ships versus 2 ships and you have to fly back and forth and scuttle each other's ships like Titan mode.
But you know what everybody says every single time a Halo game comes out? literally like every single person and every single game reviewer.
They're
out
trying
there.
to be more like Call of Duty.
No, well, not just that. No, this is what they say. This is going to rejuvenate the series. This is going to bring back Call of Duty.
I don't think they're trying to rejuvenate the series.
I'm just saying that this is what happens every single time. And every single time they introduce a new, stupid gimmick that makes the game fail.
I think I will see what I think they're trying to do. And this is my last point.
When we learn more,
We'll learn more.
we're coming back about this.
We will.
We have to cut it here, though. We have to.
20 minutes.
We don't have a choice. Yeah, our time is now up.
Okay, you want to do a closing statement?
You go ahead. I opened it. You go ahead and close it.
Okay, closing statement. What I think Call of Duty is trying to do is they're not trying to rejuvenate the series. I think they're trying to finally take it into a different direction that we can follow as fans.
All right. We will come back again once we know more about this game, sir.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. Watch Fat Island Gaming. Go ahead, check us out on Facebook. You can look at us up at fatgaming.com.
Take us out on Twitter at Fat Owl Gaming as well.
Absolutely. And, comment down below. Let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, we want your opinions.
So, thanks for watching.
Good night, guys.